What's up, everybody, and welcome to Killing the Points Game. My name is Blake Martin, and for now I'm going to keep calling this channel Killing the Points Game. It's really the reason I first started this channel. Credit cards and points and travel deals and all things related, investing, student loans, personal finance, all that kind of stuff. It's a real passion of mine, and I sure hope that everything that we're currently dealing with is going to be short-lived, both for the sake of our health and everyone around us, and just so we can get back to real life. But for now, this is the current hot topic, and I've been doing a lot of research. I want to make sure that I help you guys stay informed, so here we go. I have a ton of musician friends here in Los Angeles that are out of work. A lot of them don't have any W-2 employers, and they're just self-employed, sole proprietors. Some have S-corps, some have LLCs, some have side hustles. And for most of them, there's been no help thus far financially. Some of us have gotten the $1,200 checks or larger for families, but a lot of us haven't. And there's a lot of people that have children that are 17 that haven't gotten the credit for that child. College students, elderly that are dependents. There's a lot of people that have been left out. I've been getting texts and phone calls and emails, Facebook messages, all kinds of stuff for the last couple weeks about people that are struggling to handle what's going on because they're not getting any help. I posted on the Facebook group about the Get My Payment portal that opened up on April 15th, which was actually 2 days early, which is kind of crazy that the IRS actually did something ahead of schedule. However, the portal has left a lot of people wanting more. Either it's telling them that they can't get their information yet, or it's erroring out on people. So there's still a lot of things to be fixed. I would encourage you that if you've checked the Get My Payment portal through the IRS, that you would continue checking because something might populate. So to the main reason for this video, the Pandemic Unemployment Assistance Program, or the PUA, we have some updates today, and I want to share those with you. This will apply to all the self-employed people out there, private contractors, sole prop, small business, all that kind of thing. Before we get started, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so that as I make more of these videos, you can be notified. Also, check out the Facebook group, Killing the Points Game. I'll put a link in the description below. I actually post more frequently there than I make videos here, so definitely check that out. And my ever-necessary disclaimer. I am not a CPA, I am not an accountant or a financial advisor, I have no licenses. This is YouTube and this is entertainment. If you need advice, please seek a professional. Make sure you do your own research and stay informed on what is going on yourself. So as most of you know, unemployment insurance benefits have pretty much become available to all people that were previously employed before the pandemic. And it seems as though, although some people have had some trouble, most people have figured out how to get that up and running. So what can UI benefits do for you? Well, it can give you 39 weeks of up to $450 per week, plus $600 per week up until either July 31st or July 25th. I'll get into that later. The amount of the $450 that you qualify for is based on your highest quarter. So they take the information from the last quarter of 2018 and the first 3 quarters of 2019. They take your highest paying quarter and they divide that by 13 weeks. So that gives them your average salary per week. So after they have that number, then they attempt, it seems to be about 60%. And that's how they get to their WBA, which is your weekly benefit amount. Now, as long as that number is higher than $450, then you'll qualify for the state maximum, which is $450 per week. If it's under that, then you'll qualify for a lower number. So the total maximum payout of only $450 per week, this is before the $600, goes until March 28th. So anything that is backdated or retroactive is until March 28th, given that $450 number. Starting March 29th, the extra $600 per week becomes available, and that adds on top of, in California, the $450 per week. Obviously, that varies by state, that $450 number. If you've already received benefits for the week of March 29th through April 4th, and it didn't include the $600, that will be retroactive, and you should get that payment sometime in the near future. Starting in the week ending in April 11th, the $600 should be automatic, and any payments moving forward until July 31st or July 25th, again, I'll get into that later, should include that $600. So in California, our certification happens on Sundays, and there have been reports of people that had a certification date on April 12th, that actually did get the $600 for the week of March 29th through the 4th. So no retroactive payments necessary, but for anybody who didn't get it for that week, it should come. Okay, so now that that's out of the way, how about the self-employed people, independent contractors, all of you out there who, other than maybe some stimulus money, haven't received anything? As of today, April 16th, the PPP and the EIDL loans or grants have been completely exhausted. That's $350 billion that was passed to help small businesses out, whether it be through grants or loans. We've talked about these a lot, but as of today, those have been completely exhausted. There is an interim bill that is being discussed in Congress right now that would allow for $250 billion more dollars to be added to that, but there's no guarantee that that's going to pass. So we don't know whether there's going to be more access to EIDL or PPP payments or loans moving forward. So that brings me to the big news about the PUA, or the Pandemic Unemployment Assistance. I will put links below in the description to two sites, the EDD site and the California Labor and Workforce Development Agency site, that have new information about the Pandemic Unemployment Assistance. So who qualifies for this? Well, private contractors, self-employed, people that have insufficient work history. There were some people that got jobs within the last, 3 to 6 months that didn't have any sort of income in those quarters that the unemployment insurance application asks for. Like I said, the last quarter of 2018 and the first 3 quarters of 2019. So it basically looks like they didn't have a job or they weren't making any money. Well, this Pandemic Unemployment Assistance Program can now potentially help you because you'll be able to state income that you've made in recent months. This also applies to people who have exhausted their UI benefits previously. So if you're still within that year period and you've already exhausted your 26 weeks that unemployment insurance gives you in California, well, you can now reapply under this Pandemic Unemployment Assistance Program and potentially hop back on and be able to get payments again. When in doubt, just apply. One caveat is that if you do have any W-2s at all, at least from what I understand, as long as you have any W-2s, even something for a job that only lasted a short period of time, but as long as you have W-2s, they are going to require you to apply for the regular UI first, and you basically have to be denied or have your application not accepted in order to apply for the Pandemic Unemployment Assistance Program. So this is the big date. As per the website, they're going to be accepting applications for the PUA as of April 28th. The one question that I still have that I haven't been able to find an answer to is how much you actually had to have made in order to qualify for this PUA program. I don't see any numbers yet, so hopefully we'll get updates about that in the near future. Now, when you apply, you should be able to backdate as far back as February 2nd. So if you've had hardship as far back as February 2nd, you should be able to get retroactive payments, assuming you qualify, when you apply. The program lasts for 39 weeks, just like the regular UI that everybody has been hearing about. So you should be able to qualify for these numbers I'm about to go through for 39 weeks. So what can you get? According to the California Labor and Workforce Development Agency site, you're looking at $167 per week minimum. So this is different than regular UI. Now, depending on your earnings prior to the pandemic, you can qualify for up to the state maximum of $450 per week. So this differs from what we heard previous, which was only half of the state maximum. According to the site, it says that you can qualify up to the state maximum. So $167 minimum or $450 maximum for that full 39-week period. I believe this will be calculated just like regular UI, where that WBA, the weekly benefit amount, is calculated based on your highest quarter. I would guess that it's going to be something similar, and that's how they are going to get the number, whether it's somewhere between $167 and $450 per week. So for weeks starting in February 2nd to March 28th, your maximum that you can get retroactively is $450. Now, starting on March 29th, you add on the extra $600 that the CARES Act brings into play. So here's where I was talking earlier about how whether it was July 31st or July 25th, the Labor and Workforce website actually specifically states up until the week ending in July 25th. So although the date that we've all heard is July 31st, I would guess that it's actually July 25th that these $600 payments are going to go until, both for PUA and for regular UI. Now, once we get past July 25th, so from July 26th through December 26th, that number drops back down to between $167 and $450, again, depending on how much your income was prior to the pandemic. Now, if you do the math from February 2nd to December 26th, that's more than 39 weeks. So if you do backdate and if you do get retroactive payments all the way back to February 2nd, you're not going to qualify until December 26th. It will only be 39 weeks. So regardless of when you start getting payments, if it's any earlier than March 29th, then you'll start subtracting weeks off of the end of your payments. If you start payments on March 29th, then you'll qualify all the way until December 26th. That's exactly 39 weeks. If it's anything like the regular UI application and the process where they ask you whether you'd like taxes removed, then you could elect to have 10% taxes removed from your weekly portion of up to $450. As from what I can see now and from everyone who I've talked to, nobody has actually seen the 10% come off of the $600. However, I do believe that that money is taxable, so make sure that you're prepared for that, because even if you elect to have 10% taxes removed from your number of $167 up to $450, you still will owe tax on the entire amount. So as I mentioned earlier, a lot of you haven't gotten anything over the past month or so. So we're really waiting on money to start coming in. So a lot of you are thinking, okay, I can apply on April 28th. When am I actually going to get money? When is it actually going to hit my account? Again, assuming that this works like regular UI benefits, you're going to be getting a debit card, and those payments come every 2 weeks on your debit card. Now, it does take a little bit of time from application date to actually getting your debit card and actually getting your first payment. You're probably looking at anywhere between about a week and a half to 2 weeks. Some people have taken as much as 3 weeks. So you definitely won't see money right away unless you already have an EDD. Through California, it's the EDD debit card that you get through Bank of America. If you do already have that card, then they're saying on the website that it may take as little as 2 days to get your first payment. So the good news is that there is help coming. For those of you that haven't gotten any payments yet, there is help coming. I hope that this happens quickly. I hope that it is streamlined. I hope that for all of us that are self-employed out there are able to apply for this and qualify for it very quickly. That way we can get payments as quickly as possible to help us to pay for our bills. If you did happen to miss it, please check my channel page here on YouTube for the last 2 videos that I posted regarding the CARES Act. I talk about things like the stimulus, the EIDL, the PPP, student loans, mortgage forbearances, 401k withdrawals, and a few other things. So definitely go check those out. Also check out the Facebook group, Killing the Points Game. I'll put a link to that in the description. I do post regularly on there, a little bit more than I make videos on here. It's just not quite as time consuming, so definitely check that out as well. If you found this video helpful, please like the video, please subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and definitely leave comments below, because the more people that comment, the more that we can all gather information and learn and stay on top of all this stuff together. That's it for now. Help each other if you can, stay positive, stay home, stay safe, and I will see you soon.